Time and time again.
Yo, what's happening? What's going on, people? Good morning. Um, been an interesting week of comments, questions, where the hell things going. Um, Not much to talk about on the front as far as football outside of the obvious, and that's free agency. There's been quite a few people talking about. I saw a comment and actually made a short on it, and it was about Lamar Jackson, his offensive coordinator. The clan. I hope I'm saying his name right. The clan Doyle, and this dude decides that he was going to tell the world that Lamar Jackson still has an upside, a huge upside. He can get better than what he's saying, and it's funny to me. What's up, Ski? It's funny to me because from what I've heard from Lamar Jackson fans, is that he's already the best quarterback in the NFL. Lamar Jackson is already the best quarterback in the NFL, from what I've been told. From the stories that I've been told by a lot of their fans, and I'm sure Sam could corroborate this story, but they've said he's that guy. He's the best quarterback in the NFL, and his coach seems to think that um, that he could get better. And I thought it was funny. But I thought it was funny from the fact that how can he get better? He still has a lot to learn. Like, if he hasn't learned how to protect himself, if he hasn't learned as a quarterback, you can't keep taking the hits that he take because he's running and running and running. If he hasn't learned that, I mean, I want to know what more can you do? You fire a guy that's been one of your best offensive coordinators. I mean, Monk can end up getting a job in Cleveland. Um, I can't remember if he walked, but I believe it was fired. I could be wrong by that. But Todd Monken is in Cleveland now, and he's their guy. And obviously, he's gonna either coach Shadua Sanders or um, Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel. We still don't know what that's going to look like, but uh, I just think that's funny when you look at this guy when he's talking about Lamar Jackson is he could get better. The sky's the limit for him. And like I said, look, I hope he gets better as a quarterback because all that running around not going to save your career. You've already seen him suffering from injury. So maybe they're going to take a different approach to Lamar Jackson this year, have him run less because I think that's what's actually hurting him running too damn much. And I think it's going to change the dynamic of the offensive line, in my opinion, because if he's not going to run as much, now those guys are going to have to, like I said, they're going to have to totally change their game as offensive line. So it's going to be interesting with Todd Monken not being there, John Harbaugh not being there, obviously. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens, what they're going to do with Lamar. There's only so many times you can keep handing the ball to Derrick Henry 30, 40 times a game. So can he get better? I don't think so, but I'm not going to as bad as I personally believe that he's been at reading defenses, because I don't think he reads defenses. I think he runs and runs and runs. and then he finds a wide open guy. They run the same concepts over and over again. Now he's very good with those concepts. Lamar is, but I don't think he can get better as a quarterback. I think he can get better as a quarterback, but I don't think he's going to get better. I just don't believe that. But that's not the topic at hand. The topic at hand is what you guys see on the screen. Jermaine, what's going on? Ski, what's going on? But this is the comment that I want to talk about right here. Not going to be a particularly long because I got a video coming out about 11:30. So you guys, if y'all got some questions in there, y'all can start leaving those questions right now as we speak, so I can save that for that segment. But all right, let's go Jay Oros or Jay. So it says, from what I've seen in games, I'm able to watch Michael Penix Jr. had a great working relationship with Drake, but with Kyle was just okay. Seems like one missed target or drop and passes were going either to Drake or Bijan next few possessions. I'm just not sure if it was Michael Penix thing or Zac Robinson. I think this is a great question. Because I've talked about this. I talked about this quite a few. And the answer is really clear. The answer is clear. We really shouldn't be. But since you asked the question, I'm going to give you the answer. All right, so it said I've seen games where Michael Penix Jr. had great working relationship with Drake, but okay with Kyle. Well, I don't necessarily think it was okay. One thing I say about Drake is that Drake is a terrific receiver, but when you talk about getting separation, he's not one of the best wide receivers at getting separation consistently. But I don't think that really matters with Drake, to be honest, because Drake is such a good physical receiver. I think he's a physical receiver, and he's going to make sure, he's going to play his ass off. He's going to be physical. He's going to block. He's going to do all these things. I think you look at Drake in that manner. With Kyle Pitts, it's a strange dynamic with those two because you got both of those guys that are big, physical, and whatnot, and big physical receivers. They kind of have the same skill set, if you will. Big physical receivers can block, use their body well. I think that's the thing with Drake and Kyle. I don't think it's a matter of whether or not these guys have, because I don't see it that way at all when it comes to Drake. But the thing that stood out to me about this question is I'm not sure if it was an Michael Penix Jr. thing, or was Zac Robinson just not scheming anything for Kyle Pitts? You answer your question, bro. You really just answer your question. You answer your own question. And hold on. Let me highlight this real quick because I want to talk about this too. It was he said one missed target or drop passes, and then one target or a drop and passes were going to Drake London. That's problematic right there. That tells you everything right there. For one, if you looking at, if you see that, if that's something that's come out, it's two things. It's two things when you see that. Why is the quarterback getting rid of the ball so quickly out of his hands if he doesn't have confidence in these guys? So it's clear that the quarterback has a confidence issue if that's happening. If Michael Penix, if Kyle Pitts either drop one pass or someone drops a pass, why is Michael Penix getting the ball to Drake and to Bijan? Because Bijan had what? Look at his numbers: 88 catches for Kyle Pitts on the season. Like, I don't think it was a matter of them guys not having confidence in Kyle and Michael Penix. I think it was a schematic issue. Because if you go back and look at what these guys were running early in the season, they weren't running a lot of dig routes with Michael Penix. They weren't running the same routes. They were not running crossing routes. They weren't running drag routes across the middle with Kyle Pitts. I think it's a number. It's a couple of things too, not just a schematic issue. Teams were really just lining up to take Kyle Pitts away. They were lining up to take away Drake. So when you have that issue where teams are lining up to take away two guys and you don't have an answer to, and then your running back becomes your number one receiving target, that's a problem in itself. Especially when you got a Darnell Mooney on the game. Darnell Mooney had 32 receptions in 17 games, y'all. In 15 games. He had 17 games that we had this year. He played 15 and he had 32. 32, y'all. Receptions. In the entire career. These are the things that you got to really pay attention to. Do you really believe that it's a confidence issue with Michael Penix Jr.? Or is it a schematic issue? I'm just saying. A lot of the things speak for itself when you look at the numbers. It speaks for itself when you really look at the numbers and analyze this Atlanta Falcons team. Like, my thing is, it's right there before us. Let me pull up these numbers so I can read you guys these numbers to kind of give you an idea why I'm saying this. Because it's really right there in our face what the issue is. That's why we always have a saying over here: the facts, the stats, and the truth. Because the facts and the stats will tell you everything. The numbers will tell you everything. Because it's right there in your face. Okay, so we're gonna pull up 2025. The numbers received, and I just want to show you the guys the receiving numbers. I want to show you the receiving numbers because it tells you everything when you look at these receiving numbers. What the issue is. Okay, so these are our top receivers for the Atlanta Falcons. You got Kyle Pitts with 88 receptions on the season. So you go back to your question was, I'm not sure if it was a Michael Penix issue or it was a Kirk Cousins issue. Or a Michael Penix issue. He had 88 receptions on the year. He had 1,700 yards passing Kirk Cousins did. Michael Penix had 1,900 yards. But the receptions, 88 receptions for Kyle Pitts. The next guy was that is 79 receptions from our running back. Now, granted, why is this significant? Okay, the numbers tell you everything. This is why you got to analyze the numbers and then look at the questions that people ask. Okay? This is why we say the facts, the stats, and the truth, because it's right there in your face. The stats tell you everything. Michael Penix would never play an entire season. He was a very bad choice. Okay, look, I don't give a fuck about you and your feelings, Mr. Mark Jones. Okay? Tell me why. Stop, like, all you stupid motherfucker coming here with that dumb ass, like your opinionated shit. Shut the fuck up with that dumb shit. How many quarterbacks have played had injuries this year, y'all? How many starting quarterbacks have we seen this year that have not played the entire season? See, this is why you get called stupid motherfuckers. Because y'all come in here with your fucking feelings and then y'all don't even analyze every other team in the NFL. You just categorize and throw guys into a box and say, yeah, he will never do this. Well, guess what? Guess what? A lot of quarterbacks haven't played the entire season this past season. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. You got Josh Allen for the most part. Like that, like they pretty much, I mean, Josh Allen, he had one of those games here and there, but like he plays hurt. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he plays hurt. There's been games where he went out. We saw Brock Purdy. Like I could just keep going on and on and on where guys have missed a lot of games due to injuries. But I mean, Joe Burrow is another one of those guys. Drip. Sorry about that. But we put that onus. We put it all on Michael Penix because we want to care about the shit that we want to care about. But when you talk about the numbers, like when your number 2 receiving guy, like these are the total year numbers, okay? These are the total season numbers. So Michael Penix didn't play most of the year, y'all. Okay? Keep in mind when I read this off, Michael Penix didn't play a good 6-7 games of this year. So when I read these numbers, understand what I'm saying right now. Michael Penix only played 9 games of the season. Kirk Cousins played 8. Okay? Keep that in consideration. So when we look at the receptions and Kyle Pitts with 88 receptions, you want to divide that and say half and half. Well, that's 40 catches. So that's not a major difference in numbers in regards to Kyle Pitts. I mean, Kyle Pitts with Michael Penix and Kyle Pitts was with Kirk Cousins. That's not a huge gap. So when you ask these questions, or I can't figure out what the issue is it Michael Penix or is it Kyle Pitts? The number didn't necessarily change with Kyle Pitts when he had Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix. He was still catching passes. He was still putting up the numbers. But the Bijan Robinson having 79 receptions, 800 yards, And this is with Michael Penix and with Kurt. Okay? With Kurt, with Michael Penix. Drake London had his issues with a knee injury. I think he had a back injury. And then you look at everything else. This is where it gets interesting. This is a problem. This is where I say selective criticism is real. Darnell Mooney had 32 receptions. The next wide receiver to him had 18. And the next one after David Seals had 7. But we're asking whether or not Kyle Pitts and Michael Penix had a chemistry issue. Let me say this again, okay? Because I don't think you guys have understood what I said, so let me say this again. Darnell Mooney had 32 receptions on the year. The next one to him had 18, and that was David Seals. The next one behind David Seals is Dylan Drummond, who had 7 catches on the season. And we're asking if Michael Penix and Kyle Pitts had a communication issue or a chemistry issue. Let me read this. Let me say this again, because y'all throw some red and black. If you understand where I'm going with this, okay? Well, if you understand where I'm going with this, okay? Darnell Mooney, outside of Drake London, was the high receptions guy at wide receiver. And he had 32 receptions on the year. David Seals was next with 18. Dylan Drummond had 7. Casey Washington had 6. Ray McLeod 6, and Devin Thompson 3. And we're asking, I don't know if Kyle Pitts and Michael Penix Jr. had a communication issue. I don't know what the issue, if it was a schematic issue. It's quite clear. The numbers tell you everything. It's right there in your face. And you guys wonder why I'm saying guys like David Seals. You got David Seals. We're talking about David Seals, yo. We're literally talking about David Seals. And we're wondering that if Michael Penix is a problem. We're wondering if Kyle Pitts is a problem. We're wondering if Michael Penix is a problem. We're wondering if Michael Penix and Kyle Pitts have a problem when we look at these numbers. If we don't show up our receiving targets, then how can we fairly evaluate Michael Penix? That's the thing. It's like we got to be real about a lot of these things. And like I said, a lot of these people, they decide, okay? Let me compare this. All right. So y'all can I'm gonna go to the Saints. Get the Saints numbers. Chris Olave had 100 receptions on the year. Okay. Chris Olave had 100 receptions on it. You know who was next behind him in receptions? Does anybody know behind Chris Olave who was next behind him with receptions? Because now we're going to talk about the problems that we have. We're going to get in a deep dive into what's actually going on. This is the Saints. See, this is why I say this is why I call y'all stupid, because y'all don't really do research. Y'all start blurting out shit and saying Michael Penix Jr. is a problem, where the problem is a whole lot deeper than what it is. So the Saints' next receiver was Juwan Johnson with 77 receptions. Not a running back. Okay, let me say it again. Juwan Johnson is not a running back. The next receiver after Chris Olave with 100 receptions is Juwan Johnson, a wide receiver, with 77. Anybody know who's after him? Does anybody know who's after Juwan Johnson? Because it's interesting that this is interesting too. Okay, this is interesting too. See, I'm about to get this, Xavier Littman. I'm about to tear your ass up, so you get ready for it. Okay, go ahead and put. You know how your mama, your dad, you know you about to get your ass whooped. You go put on about 3-4 pairs of shorts so you won't feel it. You about to get your ass whooped, because I'm about to smoke your ass with this. So you get ready for it. Rashid Shaheed had 44 receptions. You see where I'm going with this, y'all? So they got three receivers that put up better numbers with a young quarterback at the helm, and we're wondering if it's a Michael Penix and Kyle Pitts communication issue. They got 3 wide receivers that are the top 3 reception guys. Our number 1 receiver in Drake London, 68 catches, but the next one damn near didn't have half of that. And we wondering if it's a Michael Penix Jr. issue or a Kyle Pitts issue. It's right in your face. They got 3 wide receivers that got more receptions than our number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 combined. And we're wondering if it's a Michael Penix Jr. issue or a Kyle Pitts issue. Okay? And this is why I say, look, we got to stop this bullshit. Okay? On no way, in no place, in college, in high school, is 18 receptions acceptable. Where in the hell on earth is 18 receptions acceptable? David Sills isn't a bad player, but he can't be the second best. That's an oxymoron in yourself, Xavier. Come on, Zay. You smarter than this, bro. David Sills isn't a bad player, but he can't be the second best option on your... What are you talking about, bro? That don't even make sense what you just said. The problem is he sucks. The end. Just because he took a damn screen and he shook somebody one time and got in the end zone, we saying he's not a bad player. Of course he sucks. What fucking universe are you guys in to say that 18 receptions in damn near 18 games is acceptable? Where the fuck are you guys? Where the hell are your head at? Where the hell are you guys? What are you saying? Are you fucking kidding me? 18 receptions is now acceptable. We gotta stop. We have to stop accepting piss poor, shitty ass performances as okay, because that shit ain't okay nowhere. The fuck is 18 receptions? When the fuck has that been acceptable? No. You can't. That's not what you saying. That's not what you saying, pimp. That's not what you saying. He definitely should be. He shouldn't be on the damn field. He's ass. Period. It ain't no he's okay. That dude is pure ass. That motherfucker should not be on anybody's team, okay? Well, we got him as our third, fourth guy. He shouldn't even be on the damn field. You're not going to make me or anybody else look at pure shit and say it's fucking SpaghettiOs, goddammit, okay? If I'm the last motherfucker on earth, it ain't in every food, animal, plant is burnt to the motherfucking ground, and all I had to eat was shit, I still wouldn't touch that shit. I wouldn't fuck with him at all. I would rather drink my own piss than have this motherfucker on the field. 18 receptions in damn near 17, 18 games ain't acceptable no goddamn where. But soon we saw a motherfucker catch a wide open touchdown. He skipped to Malou on the screenplay and he get touchdowns. Now we saying, man, he ain't bad. Of course he trash. Listen to yourselves. Y'all gotta listen to yourself. We're accepting doo-doo. That dude is doo-doo. This is what Raheem did to us. He did it to us fans. Raheem did it to us. He made us accept bullshit. Big honking bullshit. Ain't nowhere in the NFL that you gonna say that 18 receptions is acceptable. For a guy that done played damn near, he was literally the only motherfucker on field at times, and he still wouldn't catch a pass. This motherfucker would be on the field just running in and looking at air and chasing butterflies and shit. And we as fans talk about, man, he ain't bad, man. Of course he is. The motherfucker chasing flies. He's chasing goals on the field. Ain't nobody worried about him. He by himself majority of the times. And we wondering if the issue is Michael Penix and Kyle Pitts' communication. It ain't. So I hope I'm being very clear. The Saints got 3 wide receivers, and all 3 of them got more receptions than our damn receiving core combined. Our number 2 and number 3. They number 2 and number 3 got more combined than our 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Saints number 2 and number 3 wide receiver got more receptions than our 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 receivers. And we wondering if Michael Penix and Kyle Pitts got a communication issue. I think we got a dumbass issue in the Falcons. We got 2 dumbasses in Raheem Morris and Zac Robinson that are fucking idiots. These guys are complete morons. Okay? They got real wide receivers on their roster. They got real talent on their roster. But we up here signing motherfuckers who can bake cakes and shit and play to be our wide receiver 3, 4, and 5. These motherfuckers should be on the goddamn. They should be doing what damn JT O'Sullivan doing. They need to have a YouTube channel talking about scheme. These motherfuckers don't need to be on no damn football field. They need to be on the bench talking to me, you, and everybody else and say, man, I remember when I used to play with Tom Brady. That's what that motherfucker need to be doing. He don't need to be on the same field as Michael Penix at all. No way in hell that this dude should be on the field with Michael Penix at all. And we wondering why Michael Penix don't want to throw the ball to certain people. Or he's gun shy. He got shit all over his arms and legs. He playing in pure shit. These guys are garbage, y'all. Okay? These guys are dumbasses. Raheem Morris and Zac Robinson are dumb asses. And the only reason why they tried to make it look like any good is because they started using play action and they allowed Kirk Cousins to run the play that he wanted to run. These guys are damn idiots. It's not a Michael Penix or a Kyle Pitts issue. It's Terry Fontenot too. Like he's not exempt out of this shit too because he tried to sell us this shit. Bitch, you're not gonna sell me no damn David Seals and no Devin Tompkins and no Dylan Drummond, okay? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, okay? That's why his ass got fired. You tried to sell us some Dylan Drummond and some damn the David Seals. You wonder why that motherfucker got fired? The Falcons, Xavier, yes, I do personally believe that they're going to upgrade the wide receiver core without a doubt. But it's not just even the wide receiver core for the Falcons. Like, the tight end numbers for the Falcons look even worse than the wide receiver shit. And I'm mad as hell. I really am mad, y'all. If y'all haven't, like, I really am. I hate bad. One thing about me is I hate bad coaching. I hate bad coaching and the lack of development and common fucking sense. If you gonna try to sell me some bullshit, at least let that motherfucker be 20 years old and say, look, something. Okay? Let me tell you, look how wide, look. The receptions, the tight end receptions is so damn bad, okay? Guess how many receptions we got for our tight ends? Anybody want to take a guess how many receptions that we got for our tight ends? Outside of Kyle Pitts, 9. Yep. Yes, sir. I think the only one that got one, I mean, Jake Matthews lined up at tight end, but there was a target for him. He had 9 receptions, bro. 9 receptions out of a tight end group. These dudes literally tried to sell us. We're going to run the ball and throw it to all the Bijan, the Drake London, the Kyle Pitts, and everybody else don't matter. This is what they tried to sell us, Falcons fans. This is what Zac Robinson and Raheem Morris tried to sell us. that we're not gonna worry about nobody else. We just gonna bring all the best players and just throw all the best players the ball. This is what they sold to us. We just gonna get Bijan Robinson the ball all the time. We're gonna get Drake the ball all the time. We're gonna give Kyle Pitts the ball all the time. We're gonna throw Tyler Algier in there. We're gonna throw Darnell Mooney in there every so often. And that's how we're gonna win games. They really sold us. They really tried to sell us this crap. 9 receptions outside of Kyle Pitts. The tight end room was just as bad, if not worse. So not only do we have a wide receiver problem, but we got a tight end problem too. And we wonder why we bringing in Matt Ryan. This is the reason why we bring in Matty Ice, man. This is why we got damn near 4 quarterbacks. This is why we got 4 quarterback coaches. Like, we got about 4 or 5 guys in the damn front office and coaching staff that used to be quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So all of this is in our face, yo. All of this is in our face. So this is why I get so angry. I really get angry when people say Michael Penix just ain't it. He didn't have shit. And we got to stop trying to pretend like Darnell Mooney is a legit number 2. He not. You played 15 games and all you got was the manage to get with 32 receptions, bro. You the number 2 option. Even when Drake was gone, you still didn't get the damn ball. You still couldn't get open. Even when Michael Penix was in the quarterback, this son bitch still couldn't get open. He sucks. He should be a number 3 or number 4, but not a number 2. David Sales should be sitting on somebody's couch, playing with somebody cat and dog. That's what he need to be damn doing. Volunteer for a damn orphanage or something. Because he damn sure don't need to be playing no damn football on the Falcons. We got Quentin Tarantino, whatever the hell his name is. We ain't seen him. Joshua Simon, ain't seen him. Chris Blair, ain't seen him. Nick Nash, ain't seen him. We got all these guys. And we're asking, man, I don't know Michael Penix, man. He might not be the real deal. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. It's not Michael Penix and it's not Kyle Pitts. And I hope the Atlanta Falcons do the right thing by re-signing Kyle Pitts, because I really do believe that he's that good. But when you got incompetent front office and coaches, this is what happens. It makes the guys that we deem stars look terrible. We're not helping these guys at all. Like, these motherfuckers just literally out here just catching, like you said, just cashing checks for no fucking reason. Motherfucker, I can stand on the field and pretend like I'm blocking. Shit, I'm good at that, pretending blocking. Shit, I can do that. Shit, you can bring Roddy White back to do that bullshit that David Sills did. He can do that shit. You should just bring in the offensive lineman because the entire... Well, don't be surprised that the Atlanta Falcons bring in guys of their own. So, absolutely. The Atlanta Falcons offensive line, I don't think there's a need for a change, but when you got offensive linemen, coaches, Callahan, Kevin Stefanski, and all these guys, they may want their guys. So I would not be shocked if that happened. So change is inevitable. Most of the contracts are incentive based. It's just the guys that outside of those 2 years with that guaranteed money. This is why I don't like giving a lot of guaranteed money because a lot of players just stop giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest. Once they get their guaranteed money, they just stop playing. They've already got they guaranteed money and they don't have to work as hard. And I think there should be some sort of an injury-based, guaranteed-based contract. So if guys end up getting hurt, it goes back to the team for X amount. So I do believe that it should be more so like that. So I agree to a certain extent. Nick Nash signed to a futures contract with the Commanders. I mean, we never got to see any of our young players offensively. None of them. Zero. We didn't see any of them. Okay? None. Nada. Just think about that. We didn't see anything outside of Bijan and Tyler. We didn't see anything outside of Drake, Darnell Mooney consistently at all. We didn't see anybody or anything offensively. We saw offensive linemen more than we saw a lot of our wide receivers. We didn't see any hope at tight end. We didn't see any of that. And then this is why I get so upset. People say stuff like, well, I wonder if the problem is Michael Penix or Kyle Pitts. We didn't see no hope out of anything. We had no hope offensively. Like Devin Tompkins, all he was doing was running down the field fast and running fake end arounds and getting his ass smoked in the backfield. Like he was fast for no damn reason. Dylan Drummond, that motherfucker was out there practicing. He was practicing just like goddamn David Seals was. They was just out there running and ain't getting open. And we asking questions like, if Michael Penix is the problem. No, this coaching staff was the problem. That front office was the problem. That's why a lot of those guys, the scouts, the Kyle Smiths of the world, all those guys, that's why all those guys are done. Why are you surprised David Seals got a touchdown? Wasn't nobody guarding him. Nobody cared about him. He was wide open when he scored the touchdown. Wasn't nobody even 5 yards. And when that dude caught the touchdown, wasn't nobody within 5 yards of him. He wide open because nobody cared. It ain't because he was good or he was good at getting open. Nobody cared. Nobody covered him. Nobody cared about the David Seals. Nobody. And because, oh man, that white boy got some feet. No, he sucks. Nobody cared. Ain't nobody think about no damn David Seals when they look at the field with Drake, Kyle, and Bijan and Tyler Allgeier on the field. Ain't nobody think about no damn David Seals. That's why he wide open. That's why he caught the touchdown. Nobody gave a damn. Defensive stars taking away Drake and KP, and none of the wide receivers stepped up. Casey Washington, Seals, Mooney were dropping everything and running lazy routes. That's it, Jamal. That's exactly it. These dudes suck, bro. That man 30 years old. Like, this motherfucker 30 years old talking about he's a young upcomer. Huh? How you 30 years old and you up and coming? Motherfucker, you 30. You had 6 years to damn do something. He suggested David Seals be on the active roster. Nah, I don't think that's true. I think they had an idea of what type of receiver that they wanted and players that they wanted on team. So if you didn't fit or do what they wanted them to do, you wasn't gonna play. Period. Not to say that Kirk, because the thing is, the reason why I'm saying this, Kirk Cousins wasn't even throwing to David Seals. Okay? It's not true. Kirk didn't give no damn about no damn David Seals, because if he did, he would have threw the ball to him more. That didn't even happen. He just fucking sucks. Like, we gotta stop believing the bullshit that be allegedly rumors. And I heard something similar, but that's not even true. That's bullshit. That's somebody trying to cap for David Seals to try to make Raheem look a whole lot better than what he is. That motherfucker is trash. If Kirk Cousins believed in David Seals that much, he would have been throwing to him. Motherfucker, he didn't even want to throw to David Seals. When he did, he dropped him. T-Lord, what's happening? When he threw it to David Seals dropped it. Kirk Cousins didn't even want to throw to him, y'all. It's not true whatsoever. So at the end of the day, we got to stop putting, until we get better receivers, tight end room, and now we got to possibly look for another backup back. We got to possibly look for another backup back, and Tyler Algier might be gone. Kyle Pitts could be gone. Bro, we got problems. Okay? We got problems. If you want to rely on an old-ass 32-year-old receiver, okay, and David Seals and say, man, he ain't that bad. Yes, the fuck he is. I can get a young rookie wide receiver, undrafted free agent to do better than that bullshit that I saw for 15, 16 games in a year. No, sirree, Bob. I'd rather draft somebody or get a young, undrafted free agent than bring that thumb bitch back. Are you kidding me? Nah, I'm good. Like, you're not gonna sell me some shit and tell me it's sugar. Nope. 18 catches in a year ain't acceptable on nobody starting. You got 500 snaps, and you only catch the ball 18 times. F-U-C-K, out of here. Okay? Out of here with that nonsense. There's no way you can try to convince me that that's adequate. That's even average. That is trash. Do you think Raheem will ever be a head coach in the NFL again? Yeah, because he can suck some mean C-O-C-K, of course. I don't think he's qualified, but he can suck some mean, you know what? But that like Tiana Trump. You talk about Tiana Trump, that Tiana Trump Jr. So I believe that Raheem is gonna suck some mean stuff. Look how fast that dude got a job after. Like, come on. Why you think he's so like? This dude don't care about nobody because he know he can go and suck off the Shanahans, suck them off, go over there and look good for half a year, and then go and throw his name back in the head coaching. I don't think I don't think it'll be anytime soon, but no. I don't think he should be a head coach. I just don't think he's good. I don't think he's smart. I don't think he's any of that. This dude done had 2 chances to be a head coach. I think at this point he just should just look, bro. You're a coordinator. That's what you are. You're assistant head coach. That's what you are. But a head coach, nah. Maybe somebody who just needs somebody in there just for a year to fill a gap. Probably he'll get something like that. But Raheem is a Raheem, man. I just don't think he's good. I don't see why any organization would want. I don't know why anybody would want Raheem because all he gonna do is step in the goddamn sideline and look at the fucking screen and not do nothing, call timeouts for everybody else except for his own team. My bad. My bad, T Lord. I'm sorry, man. Like this dude ain't good. He good at everything except for football. Like ain't nobody gonna convince me that Raheem is actually good. Like good at fucking what? We done seen it. Shit. We done already seen what this dude is at this point. And we just gotta be honest with ourselves. Like I said, man, look, it may seem harsh to certain people when I say this, but we gotta stop accepting the David Seals and the Raheem Morrises and guys that just not good. These guys ain't good, bro. And you wondering why the Seattle Seahawks they always got their hand in the picture, even with different personnel. These guys are always in the mix of things. They're always in the mix of things. Why? Because they understand talent and they understand coaching is what's going to get you there. Seattle got the best coaches. They got the best players. That's it. The end. And we just stop fucking fooling ourselves and thinking trash can motherfuckers like Felipe Franks and goddamn and Dylan Drummond and goddamn David Seals is going to help us improve. It's not. That bullshit is not going to happen. Motherfuckers like goddamn like some Zac Robinson who's never done anything. A Raheem who's never done anything. They're going to magically give us that pill and we're going to be good. No, we ain't. Look at this shit. Look at this, Corey. Like, bro, that's what I'm talking about. We went from one quarterback away from damn near rebuilding. They damn near rebuild the whole coaching staff. From the looks of it, I mean, we could quite possibly, depending on how things unfold this year, we could be right back trying to rebuild our receiving core and the tight end core. Man, Zac Robinson, look, that's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they think they got somebody there. It's like, it's going to be like, look, they're not, Zac Robinson's just not good, bro. I'm just simple as that. He's just not good at all. All he's there is to call plays to get the ball into they star players' hands. He don't know nothing about adjusting in games and all that type of stuff. But I'm gonna put an end to it. We'll be back tonight on 6-Man K Styles, 6MK Live for the Chronicles. Might have some ideas if y'all don't have we don't if y'all have some ideas we want to talk about, throw it in there in the comment section after we done. But I think, yeah, Corey, I think Todd Bowles will probably be fired sooner rather than later. And Zac Robinson, they just at this point, they just desperate to get anybody to come in there. They got some good players in Tampa, but I think they desperate. But I don't think I don't think Zac Robinson is good. And that right there is the bottom line because Mad Mike says so. Hit that subscribe button. Continue to support your boy here on Mad Mike Sports, 6MK Live, the Unholy Alliance. We are out of here. Hope you guys have a good morning. Be safe out there. Peace. We out.
Put your eyes back in your head.
Like flavor.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The Unholy Alliance has arrived.